Good afternoon. So today I'm going to be talking about chapter 23 in the Milady textbook. It's going to, chapter 3 is over
23.
facials. So you may ask yourself, why should a cosmetologist study or have an understanding of facials? It's pretty basic. It's going to help provide skincare services that relax your client. Knowing the basics of skincare will enable you to provide advice to your clients if they are to ever ask. Knowing the basics will help you recognize conditions that may need further care from a physician. Learning the basics will also allow you to perform foundational services, and you may see that you like it so much that you want to specialize in skincare. So, as far as facials go, the one of the most important steps of a facial is going to be the skin analysis and the consultation. The skin analysis is so important because it determines the skin type. We all have different skin types, whether it be oily, dry, normal, a combination. And what we do with that skin analysis, and once we have the skin type and the condition of the skin, then we can recommend a further treatment for that specific skin type or condition. So during the client consultation and skin analysis, you're going to go through a health screening form. The client must complete this form, and it just determines if they have any contradictions, which means it means that it's something that is keeping them from getting a facial treatment. And it might prohibit certain treatments. A contradiction is the condition that requires avoiding certain treatments, procedures, or products to prevent undesirable effects. So another part of a client consultation is keeping certain things on record, like a treatment record. It should include a client's name, their address, phone number, contradictions, treatments provided, and products purchased, the time of the service. So the analysis procedure consists of where you read the screening form and discuss questions with the client, have the client change into a smock, get them nice and comfortable. Client's hair should be covered and jewelry put in a safe place. Cosmetologists should not wear jewelry as it may accidentally injure the client. Whenever I'm performing a facial on somebody, I find it to be more comfortable for myself to remove any jewelry like rings, watches. It just makes me a little more comfortable with it, but it's also protecting your client. So once you have removed your jewelry, you can recline your client in a facial chair. Make sure your hands have been thoroughly washed with antibacterial soap or hand sanitizer. I would say wash your hands, and then if you want to further that with some hand sanitizer, that's best too. So then once you have cleansed your hands, then you can move on to cleansing the face. Once your client is smocked, your hands are clean, then you can cleanse your client's face. And we're just going to use the effleurage motions to cleanse in a circular motion upward. Effleurage to clean your client's face. You will actually use a specific pad separate from the facial cleansing. You will use a specific facial pad for each eye, and then a specific cleansing pad for the lips as well. Let's see here. All right, so to determine a specific skin type, you want to look at your client's skin. You want to determine how oily or dry the skin is. Skin type is hereditary and it cannot be permanently changed with treatments, but we can help it. with certain products. So so let's just go over the certain types. We've got oily, which they are typically they have larger pores. Conditions that are associated with skin types, you can have open and closed comedones, clogged pores, shiny, thick appearance, a yellowish color, or an orange peel texture. All of those go hand in hand with that. Since your pores are larger, you do tend to get those comedones more easily than somebody that has a smaller pores. Okay, so as far as dry skin, pores are very small or not visible. Same conditions that are associated with a dry skin type are going to be tight, poreless looking skin, may be dehydrated with fine lines and wrinkles, may have dry or flaking or rough to the touch. Normal skin, it has even pore distribution, very soft, smooth surface, lack of wrinkles. A condition with this type is this skin type is very unusual. It's most clients have a combination of skin. Nobody has that normal perfect skin. But some people do. So now we're going to look at the combination dry. So that is obviously where the pores are not as visible, or they are smaller towards the outer face. You may have clogged pores in the nose or the chin, center of the forehead, and then maybe more poreless, dry towards the outer edges. Like that's where you're more oily. So a dry combination. So the combination oily is where there's a wider distribution of large pores. And it, like majority down the center of the face, extending to the outer cheeks, but the pores may become smaller towards the outer edge of the face. Like let's say that would mean you're drier in this area. Comedones, clogged pores, or obvious pores in the center of the face. I am very oily. I tend to get comedones in this area, which a lot of people do. The last skin type we're going to look at is acne prone. So very large pores in areas, and it's where you tend to have numerous openings and closed comedones, clogged pores, red papules, or pustules. Okay, so skin types, as far as being oily, that's just where you produce too much sebum. You have large pores, which skin can appear shiny. Pores may be clogged from dead cell buildup, and it may contain open comedones, which is a blackhead, or closed comedones, which are small bumps under the surface. Alopetic is a lack of lipids. Skin does not produce enough sebum, which is the opposite spectrum. This is known as dry skin, and it becomes dehydrated and the skin appears flaky or dry looking. It may feel itchy or tight. Okay, so acne is considered a skin type because the tendency to develop it is genetic. It is a disorder where the hair follicles become clogged, resulting in infection with redness and an inflammation. On top of that, you may have pustules and papules. Pustules are just the pimples with a pus head. Pus is a fluid inside the pustule made up of largely of dead white blood cells that tries to fight the infection. And then a papule is a red pimple that do not have pus inside. Okay. So somebody with hyperpigmentation are folks with dark spots or color caused by sun exposure or hormone imbalances. Somebody with sensitive skin, it's They have thin pink red look. Skin turns red easily and is easily inflamed. We've all talked about rosacea. It's a chronic hereditary disorder that can be indicated by a constant or frequent facial blushing. It is presented with dilated capillaries. Aging skin. We all know it loses elasticity. You treat with hydration and exfoliation to improve appearance. And then sun-damaged skin kind of goes along with that. Many areas of hyperpigmentation, lots of wrinkles, sagging skin, looks older than it should be for the age of that person. You often confuse that person's age. We're going to look at briefly at the some skincare products. So we've got cleansing milks. This is just a non-foaming lotion cleanser. It's good for dry and sensitive skin, maybe applied with hands, or an implement must be removed with a dampened facial sponge or soft cloth or a cotton pad. Like we've already looked at the basic facial, when we cleanse somebody's face, we do go back and remove that excess cleanser with a cotton pad. And that's what you'll be expected to do at State Board. On the other hand, there are foaming cleansers. These contain surfactants, which is like a detergent. These foam and they rinse off with water easily. Generally used on oily or combination skin. The next product we're going to look at is going to be a toner. This is known as a freshener or an astringent. This is just like, this helps balance your pH and remove remnants of cleanser from your face. Like I've always said, it almost like it cleanses your palate, like refreshes everything. It often has a higher alcohol content and are used on oily skin. All right, so exfoliants. This is a product that removes excess dead scales from the surface of the skin. A lot of times they're gritty. A mechanical exfoliant physically removes dead cells. A Gomage is also known as a roll-off mask, and it is a microdermabrasion scrub. So that's where it's that gritty, sandy feeling substance. Let's see here. A moisturizer. It increases the moisture content of the skin's surface. It can diminish the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. I've yet to find a moisturizer that does that for me, but I do use a moisturizer daily to help prevent those wrinkles. Let's see here. Okay, so a humectant is it's a hydrator. It's an ingredient that attracts water. And then there's emollients, and that's just an oily ingredient that prevent water from leaving the skin. These are all part of a moisturizer. So sunscreens and day protectors. Be sure to use your sunscreen daily to protect your skin from harmful sun rays. Let's see here. Serums. They're concentrated products with higher concentrations of ingredients designed to penetrate the skin and treat various conditions. So sometimes you'll see serums for different uses, and they are more concentrated to penetrate the skin better than just a regular moisturizer. Okay, so we've got massage creams. They're just lubricants used to make the skin slippery during a massage, during our effleurage, petrissage, friction, tapotement. They must be thoroughly removed if other products are meant to penetrate the skin. So that's where you would use your, make sure you wipe everything off really well. Masks are concentrated treatment products, often composed of mineral clays, moisturizing agents, skin softeners, aromatherapy, oils, botanical extracts, and other ingredients to hydrate, cleanse, tighten, exfoliate, tone, and nourish the skin. So there's a few different kind of masks. We've got a clay-based mask. That's oil-absorbing cleansing mask. They act as an astringent, making the pores appear smaller temporarily. A cream-based mask is going to contain oils and emollients and have a strong moisturizing effect. A gel mask, they are good for more sensitive skin or dehydrated skin. So if some folks have more sensitive skin, your better alternative would be a gel mask. An Elignate mask is a seaweed-based. A treatment cream is placed underneath the Elignate mask and put on top to seal the moisture, generally used in salons only by professionals. So a paraffin wax mask is going to be a mask containing paraffin, which are melted, where it's like wax or melted and put all over the top of the treatment cream so the ingredient can penetrate the skin. So it almost acts as like a little bowl sitting over your face, getting all that good stuff. Okay, so let's see here. Let's talk about the facial massage. This is a massage is the physical manipulation of the body by rubbing, gently pinching, kneading, tapping, and other movements to increase the metabolism and circulation to promote absorption and relieve pain. Cosmetologists should have a basic knowledge of physiology and anatomy, and to be sure to use a firm, sure touch. Keep your hands soft with lotion, your nails trimmed so you're not scratching folks. And your wrists and your fingers should be flexible. The impact of a massage depends on the amount of pressure and the direction of the movement and the duration of the manipulation. So we've already talked about the basic manipulations and techniques of the massage. We've got the effleurage. That's just a light, continuous stroking movement applied in a slow rhythm, making sure that before one hand is removed, the other hand is touching your client's face. Petricide is just the kneading or pinching movement performed by lifting and squeezing and pressing the tissue with light, firm pressure. So let's see here. Okay, so now we've got friction. It's a deep rubbing movement in which you apply pressure on the skin with the fingers and palms while moving it over underlying structures. So a circular friction, it's typically more for your scalp or arms or hands. A circular friction motion is used on a light circular friction is used on the face of the neck. So the friction motion that I've showed y'all is the one that I'm most comfortable with. There are other types of friction techniques in the book. Let's see here. You'll be able to find those types on page 782 if y'all want to look further into that. And then we have tapotement. Tapotement is just consists of short, quick tapping, sprinkling. They say slapping. I'm not going to slap my client. Those can also, other techniques can be seen on page 782 and 783. Okay, so all of these techniques benefit the skin by the skin becomes more soft and pliable. Activity of the skin glands is stimulated. Muscle fibers are stimulated and strengthened. Nerves are soothed and rested. Pain is sometimes relieved. It helps all skin structure and helps to be nourished. Okay, so the frequency of facial and scalp massage depends on the condition of the skin and the scalp. I would generally not say to do this more than once a month, if that much. But it does help to balance out whatever conditions you're having. Okay. So certain facial manipulations are going to be listed on page 729 and 732. Let me take that back. I don't think it is. No, I'll take that back. 792. Okay. Let's see here. So as far as using certain tools or bringing certain things into certain things we use for facials, we during our basic facial we used steam towel, but there are also facial steamers. It's equipment. It's just where it produces a stream of warm steam that can be focused on a client's face or other area of the skin. Steaming helps to soften tissue. It makes it more accepting of moisturizers and other treatment products. You will need to take precaution with people that have asthma or breathing disorders. But like I said, a warm towel can be used as well. And if you're in a pinch and you don't have a steamer, a warm towel will go a long way. Be sure the towel is warm and not too hot. You don't want make sure that the client's nose is not covered up. And I would not use this on somebody with sensitive skin or rosacea, or a redness prone skin, or somebody that has claustrophobia. Let's see here. Has everybody heard of a rotating brush? This is just a rotating electric appliance with interchangeable brushes that can be attached to a rotating head. They come in various sizes and textures. They help remove dead skin cells and make the skin look smoother and more even in coloration. This is considered a mechanical exfoliation. You know, we use the little brushes by hand. This is just a machine that does the work for you. It usually administers after or during a steam. It is using a fairly thick layer of cleanser or moisturizer should be applied to the face before using the brush, so the brush does not scratch the face. I know y'all notice that the brushes in the classroom are kind of scratchy. That's why a good amount of product applied before is important. Make sure your brushes are clean. That is super, super important. Thoroughly cleaned and disinfected between clients. Let's see here. Microdermabrasion is another treatment, treatment that can be done for skincare. It's a type of mechanical exfoliation that involves shooting aluminum oxide and other crystals with a handheld device that exfoliates dead cells. This is primarily used to treat wrinkles and aging skin, and it requires extensive training to be safe and effective. All right. So guidelines for facial treatments. Make sure you're in a quiet profession. You're portraying yourself quietly in a professional manner. Explain the benefits of the products and services and answer any questions your client may have. Provide a quiet atmosphere. Work quietly and efficiently. This is supposed to be a relaxing experience for your client. Maintain neat and clean conditions. Super important in this line of work. Follow the systematic procedures. You can stray a little based on somebody's skin type, the steps you're taking, but try to be as close as possible. Super common sense. Make sure your hands are warm. Warm your hands up. Warm your cleanser up. Warms your massage cream up. things of that nature. Make it as enjoyable for your client as possible. Keeping your nails smooth and short, and be sure to perform a skin analysis. Those are some good guidelines to follow for any facial treatment. And then the different methods for completing a facial for different skin types. You're going to be able to find those in the book on page 796. That starts with the basic facial, which we have already gone over. And that it will continue on to so 796 to 806, and that just looks at basic facials, facial for dry skin, and a facial for oily skin with open comedones. And then the last one will be the facial for acne prone or problem skin. All right, thank you.